Hey, what's up, guys? I'll send the money. We're back. We just broke $140,000 for the first time. So that is a huge milestone goal for the portfolio. We've actually been killing it this past month. I remember, just about a month ago, I just hit 130K. But yeah, absolutely destroying it. And then there's the nasty April dip. So up 9.4% year to date. And Amazon shares, just like in the last video I was saying, the plan worked out perfectly. All my shares are going to get called away. So I will be back to 100% cash in the portfolio. I sold Google puts for next week because they have earnings next week. So the premiums are extra juicy. And we're already up pretty nicely on these. Google's trading at 185 and these are 172s. So we are about $13 out of the money in these. So I feel pretty good about those. Also, wouldn't mind picking up Google at 172. So, and I had a little bit of capital left over. So I decided to play around with the Oscar Health little, I guess you can call it like a meme stock, but very volatile. A lot of people seem to think it's a good valuation. Honestly, I haven't done much research on the stock. I just wanted to, put some capital to work. So got $111 out of this as long as it stays above 12, which I believe it's like 13.50 right now. So pretty good. So next week on Monday, my plan is to buy Google and do the same thing with Google. So let's go open up Google. Let's just pretend I'm buying the shares right this second at this exact price. I don't know how many shares I could buy with my capital, so I guess I could buy 700. All right, so I would do 700, so that would be 7 covered calls I could do, and I would do them in the money. And I would probably do the 172s or the 175s. So if you see the share price, we're looking at 185.38. And if you look at the 175 call that I have highlighted, the break even is 186.78. So the difference between the two are $1.40 per contract, which is $140 per contract. And I'm doing seven of these contracts. So 140 times 7 of these contracts. No math genius, but it's a little over 800, maybe $900. So that would probably be something I would be looking at for next week, and they would be in the money. So I'm gonna collect that $800 to $900 regardless of what happens. But if Google absolutely shits the bed in earnings and falls below 175, then I'm gonna be collecting that full 1170 times 7, which would be over $7,000 in premium, which would be absolutely nuts. And that would bring my average cost down to like 170, 174-ish, which would be insane too. So I like in the money covered calls, especially during earnings, because the premiums are extra juicy. But in the money covered calls, it's just a safe way to play this. Like, on my safe bet, I'm making $800 to $900 in a week. And then worst case scenario, if Google falls below that, I'm making $7,000 in realized gains. And then I can just sell more in the money covered calls or, out of the money covered calls if I want some share appreciation in that as well. So that's probably the play there. That would bring me right $800 to $900. And then I already have puts on them as well, which is bringing me $864. So next week, I'm hoping I can make around that 1,600 mark, which would be about $864 and like $750. That would bring me right around the 1,600. That would be my play for Google for earnings. And then next week is the week after that is when all big tech has their earnings. You got Meta, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, all those. And I would probably be looking into one of those tech companies for the following week. But yeah, guys, we broke 140K. Absolutely killing it. Year to date realized profit is 10.4K. Past month is 9.4K. So then straight killing it. I could not be more proud of myself. very happy. And if you guys have made it this far in the video, feel free to, I want to have a conversation with you guys. I want to get to know you, everybody, especially if you've been sticking with me from the beginning. What are you investing in, and what strategies are you doing? And just have some conversations. I'm gonna reply to everybody, and I just want to get to know my subscribers a little bit. Like, why do you guys watch my videos? Or do you get any enjoyment out of this, or do you learn anything? Stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything, I guess, man. Let me see how the market's doing actually before I end this video. So market's up 6.5% year to date. 6.5%. What's the NASDAQ doing? NASDAQ's 9.1. I think I'm beating both of those. Yeah, 9.4. So we are beating the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ in this portfolio, which is awesome. So, all right, guys, if you guys made it this far, I appreciate it. Peace and love, baby. Peace.